Hello and thank you for watching. I want to demonstrate today the Morserino-32, which is a Morse code trainer. It allows for you to send Morse code to it and to receive it. You can also transmit it using this Lora Wi-Fi or ICW through audio cables. So Lora is a spread spectrum on 433 megahertz in Europe or 900 megahertz in North America. Over here is a keyer connection, and over here you have the ability to use headphones so you don't annoy people, the microphone and headset combined in one 4-pole type of connector, and then an output to a radio if you desire to use this as a keyer. On the side here is a set of iambic keyers that are capacitive touch. And then underneath is a lithium battery, which you have to purchase yourself. This is a kit, so I put on most of the major components here. The rest of the surface mount components were already on it. So let me demonstrate. Make sure it's turned on and push the button. It shows the firmware that's in place, and this is an Arduino. And then it gives you some options here. So we'll go back to the main area. You have a CW keyer, a generator, an echo trainer where you parrot back the information that you hear from it, a Koch trainer which allows you to concentrate on letters and characters and, sorry, not characters and letters, but you get the idea. Letters, numbers, and punctuation. Then over here is a transceiver which gives you the ability to go through LoRa, Wi-Fi, or through an audio cable. And then you have a CW decoder, which you can use to take input audio and decode it. And then you have Wi-Fi functions for setting up this device to connect to Wi-Fi or receive the firmware updates through here, or you can communicate with somebody over Wi-Fi, either on your local network or across the world. And also there's some other options here where you can work with a simulated transmission, QSO, and you need to respond, or there's also a testing server where you can get answers and you provide questions or answers, sorry, you get questions and you provide answers to the questions in Morse code. So I'll just demonstrate the keyer. And over here I have my own keyer, which is really nice. And as you can see, it decoded the information here, or you can use the iambic keyers. Pretty nice. What's really nice about this is when you have two of them, you can demonstrate the ability to use them together in transceiver mode. Make sure it's turned on, and then we'll just wait for it to connect. By the way, over there is a USB charging port, and you can charge the battery through this or even run it off of, a larger battery like that. Over here I have 4-pole cable. So this connector has a headphone and a microphone, and then those are connected to each other as a crossover. So the headphone's connected to the microphone, and the headphone over here is connected to this microphone. So it allows you to transmit back and forth. And then I have other types of connectors here that are used if you want to connect it up to an external keyer. Then over here, these are the types of cables you can use. So this is a 4-pole connector. This is a headset that you can use. And then over here is a sound card with that 4-pole type of connector. So you can plug this into your computer and you can basically transmit back and forth sound, and then you have a microphone, so you can use this to practice on your computer or connect to a server, an ICW server, and communicate with other people in training sessions. So this I will change over to the transceiver, and this is the transceiver here is going across this antenna. So this antenna with extremely low wattage only get about maybe couple hundred meters if you're lucky. If you're transmitting on the 433 megahertz frequency in the United States, then you need to use your call sign. It's going to be very rare that anybody would hear you on a radio because this is spread spectrum. So the transmission is spread out amongst a larger portion of the spectrum at an extremely low level. So you wouldn't hear this on a radio, but you might pick it up on an SDR receiver. So I've already put my call sign in earlier. So we'll go back to Lora. And then what's interesting about this is, I'll just get this communication to go through. When it transmits a whole word at a time rather than every character. So you can see it's writing the word hello, and then over here, it's receiving the word hello. So basically it's just saying hello and thank you for watching, appreciate it. Pretty neat. Okay, so one of the other ways you can do this is just through Wi-Fi or the ICW connection. The ICW connection is through these audio cables. So we'll change it over here. And then I'll just transmit my frequency. And it's pretty much real time across both of them, going through that cable. No delay. And then if I wanted to, I can get on one of the Wi-Fi chat servers and communicate back and forth. There's the Wi-Fi antenna, by the way. That would be for another video if we want to use the Wi-Fi transceiver. So you also have the ability to practice letters. So we'll just start with the easiest one here. And what it does is it gives you the ability to learn the letter and learn if you didn't do it correctly. So, letter M. All right, but if I didn't do it correctly, then it would give me an error. And since I'm connected over here, it's sending the signal over to the other Morserino, which is quite interesting. The other way to do this is you can go up to the echo trainer and be expected to provide some information to it. So here we go. Letter A, comma, and a, sound like SK. So I didn't do it correctly. I'm not sufficient yet in Morse code, so that's why I have this. So I'll turn this one off so it's not sending at the same time. Other things that are interesting here with the keyer is obviously you have English characters. There's the letter A, but it also supports German. There it is. Here's the letter O, and here's O in German with an umlaut over it. And then the letter U. Oops, that's a V. There we go. Letter U. And then here it is with a U umlaut. That time, yes. See, got it correctly. Plus it shows the pro signs, CH, or that one I didn't do correctly. Let's try and do an SK. That's a VE. There's the SK. So I'm new at this, so I'm using my keyer, or I can use the one here. There's the letter CO, which I was really trying to do CQ. So I find that this set of keyers here is okay. It's nice if I'm using this in a fairly cramped situation like in an airplane or on a drive somewhere, and I'm using my headphones, of course, and not using the Lora. Or I can connect it to my keyer here, which is, I really like this iambic keyer with the magnetic returns. So anyways, that's just a Morserino. There's quite a bit to this. It's a wonderfully designed system. The source code is available. You can read it. It's actually really nicely set up. Then over here I have my engine star battery, which is used to connect to multiple types of connectors, which I have a 9-volt converter, and then an old K42 CW keyboard, which is connected out here to this Morserino. And unfortunately, the person who made this for me passed away. It's a P2 iambic keyer by K8RA. Very heavy. And then, yeah, once I'm done, a little bit of Irish whiskey. All right, thank you for watching. I'll put some of the links down below for the types of cables, the sound card, the Morserino, these cables here, and even the connectors for the Anderson power pole connectors and battery and everything else, in case you're interested. So thank you for watching. Take care.